Welcome to the Every Word is Gross podcast.
When you're here, you're family, which is a word that we think is pretty gross.
Now, on to the episode.
For that.
Wow.
It's like I never left.
Oh, it's like you
It's
never
like
left.
you
Like I
never
never
left.
left.
Okay. I need a clap. Perfect. Thank you.
One day we'll have stands.
One day we'll be.
Is that too much to ask?
Well, one day we'll be a proper podcast.
Proper. What do you mean proper podcast?
When I
This is
grow
proper
up-
as it gets.
I just want to be a proper podcast.
Yes, it's fair.
Anybody can start a podcast.
Oh my goodness.
If we're not proof of that.
Which, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we starting? Are we in it?
Are we there?
Are you there?
Are we here?
Are
we
you
ready?
here?
That is an excellent question.
You're
Am I here?
here.
I'm
Jake's
here.
here.
We're in the actual same room again.
We're all
This
in the
is
same room.
the best start to season 2 I think I
100%.
could ever imagine.
One of the best 2024 experiences so far is having Jake back.
Thank you.
It's
Jake's in
so
the
Thank you.
room. Jake's
Jake is
in the
in the room.
his house.
I didn't
His
stop
house.
applauding so loud, but I actually can't applaud.
Yeah, no, everyone.
For our studio
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, please applaud. Please applaud. Jake is back. Oh,
I'm back.
so much fun.
Are we actually going to put a soundbite in ever?
I
Do you know how
did.
many ops
I've done
over-
one.
I really, really like it.
I have done one.
I like that for us.
Oh man, but yes. Oh, guys, it's good to be back.
Season 2.
Season two.
Season 2.
We're
This is
back.
awesome.
We're-
we are back.
Wow, that's a horrible word.
We're.
Queer.
We're in this room.
Oh man.
Nope. It started too early.
Okay, great, cool.
I think. Are we talking first? Or are we introing?
I think let's talk for a little bit. Let's
A little
just
catch up. A season
Let's
2
just-
intro
Season
catch up.
2.
Where are we at?
Where have you been since December? What are you doing?
Since December.
Where have I been?
Well, I
since
was
December.
I was still in Florida for a little bit
Yep.
in the world of Disney,
Mm-hmm.
just for a little bit longer, and then I flew home. I had a terrible flight experience coming
Oh,
home.
really?
Actually, there were a lot of factors
Mm-hmm.
that happened. So, Sarah, part of the reason I was asking you about
that
part of the reason why I was asking you about the package that you were talking about sending me
Exactly.
that you ended up never sending me. So. So
Someone's
it
a
never
horrible
came.
friend.
It never came, and I was expecting it, and I got a message from what I believed was the post office asking me to pay the extra postage.
I would never do that to you ever.
I was like, she must have made a mistake.
I
There's
would-
no way
Oh,
she
yeah.
would
That's my
intentionally.
job.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
she must
Merry
have. Well,
Christmas,
that's
you
what I thought.
filthy
Maybe she mixed up
Happy New Year.
packages. But basically, it was a scam, and they got me. So
No.
I didn't
Oh,
have my
no.
card
You
for the
should've
last
asked
like
me.
2 weeks. I
Oh.
should have.
That's my fault.
But I'm a bit.
Somehow
No, it's not your
that
fault.
You haven't.
You're tangentially related to it, but it was me being.
You could write that
big
down
dumb.
if you
Oh
wanted.
man, that sucks.
Yeah,
That is
so-
horrible. And
I-
no, just for the record, if I ever send you a package, I will pay the full postage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so question. How much did they get you for? Like,
So the charge was like 47 cents.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, it's just a slight miscalculation. But
Okay.
then the fraudulent charges that came through later
Oh, no.
were 2 charges of $200.
Oh,
But
no.
my credit union is awesome.
Sure.
And so
Okay.
they disputed the charge and,
yeah,
I
and
got that
you
back.
got the
So-
money back. So.
But it just was
Oh,
difficult
man.
because I was without a physical card for my last like 3 weeks that I was there.
Oh,
I eventually was able to get a new one and get it on Apple Pay on my phone.
Oh, yeah,
But when I went to the airport, here's the other thing: I lost my ID, like all of my IDs.
That was not my fault.
That was not your fault.
not Sarah's fault.
I was in the parks one day and we had just gotten off a ride.
Yeah.
And I was grabbing something from my bag because you always have a bag. I have like a little sling bag, shoulder bag that I used for the parks. It was great.
Yeah.
I took something out of it, and I think when I did that, my ID holder that had my work ID, my driver's license, and my key card to get into my apartment, it all disappeared, and I didn't figure that out until hours later trying to get back into my apartment. So
Wow.
that was a whole mess. I got most of it replaced. I actually still don't have my ID, but
Wait, didn't you drive here?
No, don't say
I
no,
mean,
no,
no, you teleported
I teleported.
You
right,
had a,
because I
right
can do
over that
that.
pass.
you had a friend drive you.
I can drive. I have
Okay,
a
that's
valid temporary license.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Currently.
Okay, we're good. Okay.
Sure.
Going through
man.
the airport, I am without an ID.
Nope.
I am
How
without
do you
a
board a plane
physical
without
card.
an ID?
It's a little bit of a process.
It's tricky business.
It's tricky business. The first issue I ran into was that they couldn't check my. So I had a bag that I knew was going to be too heavy because
Sure.
I'm moving. So
Yeah,
I have
right.
all of my
Right,
things.
right.
One of my bags, I was like, I know it's going to be too heavy. I'm just going to pay the
extra,
oversized bag fee.
Right.
I get there to the counter and they're like, no, we need an actual physical card to pay this fee. My other bags I had prepaid online, so those weren't a problem. But this one bag, they just could not let fly. And
So what happened?
like literally, they couldn't let it fly.
I tried to run around town, I tried like 3 different places to get just like a gift card, like a Visa gift card.
Oh yeah, right.
Because they're the stupid thing is they're like, oh, well, there's a cash to card machine upstairs. And I'm like, I don't have enough cash. And then they were like, oh, well, there's an ATM right next to it. I was like, I don't have a card to use the ATM to get the cash.
That's
They were just
how they
not
work.
helpful.
Wow.
Not at all. So I ran around. I Ubered around. I spent like $50 on Ubers
Oh,
trying
man.
to find where I could buy a Visa gift card.
Oh,
Then I get back
jeez.
and the Visa gift card doesn't work. So I literally just had to get a new flight. And then I stayed overnight in the airport because the next one was the next morning. It was not awesome.
That's horrible.
It was tough.
That's
It
horrible.
was, and ultimately, like, yeah, it's my fault because I lost all of my stuff, and
Yeah, but that still sucks.
it sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Oh, jeez.
no one helping me through the process, so I couldn't even get through security either because even if I wanted to at 1
Right,
a.m.,
right.
I would have had to check my bag to do it before I get through security, and I
Yeah.
can't check my bag yet. So I stayed out of security for 12 hours.
Oh, jeez.
It was not.
And all the good foods
awesome.
past security.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
the problem.
that's the lucky part was that Orlando's airport. They have good food. I got a burrito.
That's good.
Okay.
And that I was like,
Burrito?
this burrito is the only thing keeping me hanging on right now. Otherwise, I was like, I'm about to lose it
Life-
in this airport.
Life-saving burrito.
Life saving burrito.
Jeez.
That
So-
was one of the issues in Germany with cards kind of fiasco is that they don't take cards
Mm-hmm.
almost anywhere.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like unless it's a big place like a grocery store or something, most of places take cash.
Only.
Yeah, like
Oh, wow.
like anywhere you'd want to go, like little
Right.
restaurants
Right,
and things
right.
like that.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where I was like, okay, yeah, well then I'll just go to an ATM. Oh, I'm a genius and brought a credit card only on
And not a
this
debit card.
internet or overseas trip. Yeah, international trip.
Shoot.
Yeah.
So I was like, how do I pay for things?
Anything.
Pay for
Oh,
I don't.
anything.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so credit card and debit card and everything is just not as popular over there.
Yeah, not for like. I mean,
Smaller
again,
businesses.
we're out getting like kebabs. If
Kebabs.
you're going to
Kebabs.
Europe, you want to go to like the little places.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to like chain places like that.
Yeah.
That's
you know?
fair. That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
but it was really quite annoying.
But yeah, I learned that as well. Always
Just
have
cards,
cash.
yeah.
Just
and
have
I
cash.
never do, but it seems smart. It does
Mhm.
seem smart. I did have cash when I went, but I was like, well, I should exchange it.
Mm-hmm,
And then my dad's like, well, don't do it at the airport. That's the worst rates. And I'm like, okay.
Great.
So anywhere I went, I looked. There are not really a lot of places outside of the airport to exchange
No.
cash.
Oh, jeez.
So there was, I thought maybe like a bank would do it, but there were only certain banks that would, and they would only,
Yeah.
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 It's kind of weird.
Hmm.
USD. Surprise, it's
USD.
not valuable everywhere.
What?
Doesn't mean everything
I
anywhere.
thought it was a strong dollar.
It's
That's what I was
not-
told.
compared
I think
to
it's
like
that strong, I
actually
guess.
stronger now than or it's
it
not
wasn't
as
so
strong as
bad
it has
compared to the euro. The euro was like barely better.
Okay.
But compared to a pound,
Yeah,
The-
yeah.
the
I actually
pound
think we might
is
be like
more.
the 10th most. Like it's like we used to be first, like when I was
Mhm.
a kid. But
or
I think
like
we're,
when your grandpa. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
but also I think we're down to like 10. like
we're
10th
not-
or
we're
something
not
about
like
right.
that. We're not.
That sounds
we're
about
not.
right.
Guys,
Something like
crypto. Okay.
Decentralized forms of currency.
You definitely heard it here first.
The
We are the
word-
first
the word
podcast
crypto.
to talk about
Guys,
crypto.
we need to create a
I don't think we should talk about crypto.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I'm certainly not qualified.
No, I'm not either.
I
not
know a
even
guy,
close.
but
Oh man. Well, yeah. I've just kind of been here. This is my thing. I've been
This
here. I've
exact
You've been
couch.
busy.
Yes, absolutely.
you've been busy.
I have been busy. I mean, there's been a lot of work changes, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but that
Trying to
means
think.
you.
I have been
you
busy.
work all the time.
it's true.
That's
it's
what
true.
that means.
It's true. It's very
Yeah.
true. But no, there hasn't been. I'm going to Portland next month, so that's fun.
Oh.
This will be
To?
fun. District conference for our
Oh,
denomination.
are you playing?
I am running tech,
No way.
but I'm getting paid for it. So
Of course you are.
Yeah.
we
absolutely.
went down twice and played, and
Yeah.
we got paid for
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
It was awesome.
So yeah, so it's gonna
They
be fun.
treat you right.
They
I'm
do.
Just saying.
They do. So yeah, that's my next fun adventure.
That is
So,
fun.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I would just like to point out for all the viewers that there was a reason I didn't send Jake his present. I wasn't just like rude.
Oh no! I thought I was just
I
going to slide in a little
actually-
bit of
yeah.
slander there.
Yeah, I thought I was like I could interrupt him, but I won't. My turn will come. I during Christmas, and I don't know if this was said on the podcast or not, but it probably was. We
No,
were
'cause
just.
I don't think we've
we do it
recorded
after?
since November. I think.
Yeah, it was like Thanksgiving was our
yeah,
last
I
I
episode.
thought we had
so.
like one or two after Thanksgiving, because
Well,
the
whatever.
Thanksgiving
I mean,
episode.
we might have.
Either way, I digress. The point being, December for our shop was
Insane.
probably the most busy I've ever been. Like from Thanksgiving on until like Christmas was the busiest I think I've ever been in my whole life. And I think I worked every single day, not just work days.
No, yeah, you were. It was nuts.
Yeah,
It was nuts.
which is it's all good stuff, but like I think between Thanksgiving, because I went in on Thanksgiving after dinner,
Yeah.
and then Christmas, I think like the 23rd of December, I think we shipped out over like 700 bookmarks, and that's just in
Wow.
retail, and they were all customs.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
And we had like mishap after mishap, like of
Ugh,
run,
jeez.
like we'd get all these orders coming in and we'd run out of resin and it'd be like, okay, so we'd have to wait for that to come in. And then when we had that and I'm pouring everything and it's ready, we'd run out of like bags. To the point where like sometimes we're like making bags, we're like ironing plastic together. Like I have to get this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, so working from like I'd get in at 9 a.m. and then I'd leave at like 7 p.m. most days.
Yuck.
So I was exhausted
Yeah.
and I had
Yeah.
your stuff on my desk because I was like, well, I'm shipping out all this other stuff and I had a box and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll pack it and I'll put it in and I can just take it when I take all this other stuff because I was taking buckets of stuff. And that was just, the 700 was just bookmarks. That wasn't anything else. And then we also had markets every single week that we were preparing for
Oh jeez.
and making product for those and then running those.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had like absolutely zero steam
Capacity.
for absolutely anything else.
Yeah.
And that kept, the package was sitting there. I'm like, oh, I should have shipped that yesterday. And then the next day I'd be like, it's okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm like, dang it. And then it got so close to Christmas and I was like, okay, well,
I'm
I
afraid.
didn't
Yeah.
know, because also I knew you were coming back in January, but I didn't know how soon in January. And even some of the packages I was shipping were
Right.
like
Right.
being slowed down by over a week in their processing. And I was
Mhm.
like, great.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I send this to him and then he moves back to Washington, I'm going to be so pissed. So I just held on to it.
Yeah, no fair, honestly.
And then I
Yeah.
was like, I guess I could have given it to you, like shipped it to your parents' house or something. But I was like, I'll see him.
You'll see.
I'll see him.
See him.
Honestly, it's kind of good to just hold it for ransom and say, actually,
You
at this
better-
You
point,
have to come.
you have to come
retrieve
here.
it.
Yeah,
You better
absolutely.
come back right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So,
So
my
I do
goodness.
apologize, but we're back.
we are
We're
back.
Good news on my end. I filed my taxes.
Woohoo!
Good
I
for
don't know how
you.
much I owe, but God, it's going to be such a disgusting amount. I'm
Well,
scared, but
yeah.
at least I'm done with my part,
Yes.
other than
yeah.
paying the
Way to go.
government.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
this week's been that kind of week, like
yeah.
highlighting a lot of things and,
Yeah.
you know.
I have a just a CPA doing it for me. And
We do too, but you got to prepare.
You got to do a lot.
You still got to prepare.
You
So
got to
go
do
through
a
your
lot.
QuickBooks.
So I
and-
think I have. Yeah. Well, for you, for business, I
It's
mean,
safe
yeah,
then.
that's a lot. For me, like rental and house, and it's just
Do
a lot.
you get
so.
like what a lot of the other clergy gets, like the
No.
housing allowances and
No,
stuff?
because I'm not a licensed worker.
Gosh, that's so lame.
Yeah, a
Maybe you
little
should
bit,
just
but-
get a license so you can get like housing write-offs.
I don't know if I want to.
Fair. Okay, I'm not gonna wrestle with you on that one. No, that's
I don't
fair.
know.
That's fair.
I've thought of it, but at the same time, I don't know.
I don't feel like it'd be that hard for you.
No,
Personally,
it wouldn't be that.
considering what you already
Yeah.
know and what you already do.
I don't think it'd be hard. It's just, do I want to?
with all
still
your
is
free
work.
time,
Yes,
Cameron.
absolutely. Absolutely.
What are the benefits here?
That's the thing. So, but yeah. So
Never know.
who knows? You never know. You never know.
You
But-
never know.
Life's weird, you guys.
Oh man.
We have found that out. So
Yeah. Are we getting into our questions? We're doing it.
Our questions.
Well, our words. Sorry. Our
Words. Okay.
Yeah.
I
However,
was I supposed to prepare questions?
what
Not
can we
questions.
just say? If this is season 2, the launch,
Yes.
maybe this episode is just like a hey, we're back.
I mean,
it's
it can
already
be.
pretty
Yeah.
long.
it can be. It can be.
What
Episode
can we
0.
expect, and or what are we looking forward to maybe implementing in season 2?
Yeah, I think we have some ideas. I think we want to do some more themed episodes at some point. The ideas thrown around of doing, if it's feasible, we haven't kind of talked about it, but a live show with like
Potentially.
a
Could be
studio,
cool.
like a studio audience of a bunch of our friends.
Which will probably consist of like 3 to 4 people we know
Yeah,
that listen, but I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
it's true. It's true. I think we could get I think 10.
Audience reaction is going to be, maybe it'll throw our dynamic. I'm interested to see
It would
what
be.
it's going to
It
be
would
like.
be. That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
I mean, that being said,
Yeah.
like the podcast I listen to, they do live shows.
Yeah.
And they
I'm
like
ex-
sell out
good.
theaters for
Yeah.
it. So it's
Well,
like,
there
it
you
happens.
go.
Maybe we'll get there someday.
Someday.
So
Yeah,
we'll
we-
sell out your
we might
living
not
room and then
charge
we'll.
them, but they can come.
It would be impressive if we even sold out my living room.
I have ideas on that. We can workshop it a
yes,
little bit.
yes,
but yeah.
we have
Yeah.
ideas. We can figure it out. But yeah, any other ideas? What else?
Well,
what else are we
so
thinking?
this we know, but just
yeah,
letting the audience know
Mhm.
that we will probably along the launch of the second season. So by the time you hear this,
Mhm.
we will probably have a TikTok.
yes,
So you can kind of anything we think
Mm-hmm.
is just fun to throw up there. Just getting more interaction
Yeah.
visually.
we are recording video. So if you're
Mhm.
watching video, hi. We'll probably continue. to be honest, I have been lackadaisical on that's a word.
Wow.
On posting to YouTube. So I was just posting the audio to YouTube for a while. Stopped that maybe at episode 15
That's
or 16.
amazing because I didn't even know you were doing that.
Yeah, so I was doing that.
That's impressive.
So I not only was editing the audio version, but then I would wait for your screenshot or your
oh,
cover
my
art
image,
graphic.
yeah.
because that would be the video
That's
of
hilarious.
that. So, but because we're recording, we will be able to be on YouTube. We're gonna be
maybe
on,
if that whole video makes
If,
it.
that,
It's true.
if it makes
We'll
sense.
find out.
we'll-
This is probably a tester.
It is
little bit.
kind of true, but we'll be able to be on YouTube. We're gonna do shorts. We're gonna do reels. Like we can.
We're gonna
post
wear shorts.
to all the things. Yeah, at some point.
At some
Yeah,
point.
because summer is a coming. So.
She's a coming.
Mhm. Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
Any other ideas or things that are on our minds?
Do we have
Is there
any
anything on your
thoughts on
mind?
guests on the show?
We have talked, and as the group, we've been
Mhm.
chatting. I know
Yes.
there have been some very antsy and eager.
I mean, we have
Peeps.
people who want
Yes.
Yes,
on.
and I on that note, we had talked about we'll just probably be very specific
Yeah.
with how and when we
Yep.
choose to do that.
Mhm.
It
Yep.
probably won't be an all the time thing, but
No, definitely not an all the time thing. And also kind of like the live studio audience can kind of help. Like we can figure out like we might like one idea that we had, whether or not it would work or not, would be have a mic and like someone from the audience can bring a word and they can
Yeah.
share it and then
Yeah.
we can talk about it and whatnot.
So on that note,
Yeah.
and kind of playing a little bit into just again trying to be a little bit more present on our
Mhm.
social media, I was an idea I had was post each episode, I would love for people to send in their, their pronounce around.
Yes.
Oh,
Like
yes.
their version of whatever words were offered up in that episode.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear just the audience doing a
I
pronounce
think we need
around
to
themselves.
start hashtag pronounce around. That needs to be like
That
our.
would be hilarious.
Yeah. Hashtag pronounce around. We'll monitor it. Tag Every Word is Gross. Ewig podcast.
Ewig.
Ewig, yes.
Yeah.
And definitely is something that that would be so funny.
I think that would be.
love
I
it.
just think
I
it would be
love it.
amazing.
Yes.
To hear it or gross.
Mostly
Mostly.
gross,
yeah.
but
Mostly grossly.
hey, every word is gross. That's the point.
Wait, every word? You said every word?
Every word.
Every word.
Each
All
and
of them?
Every single one. Every single one that we've.
Okay,
every
I
single
get it
one that
now.
we've
So now that
said-
I actually get it,
Yeah.
I think season 2 is going to be
Season 2 is going to be better.
so good.
Yeah, it's going to be so much better.
Be so much better. Finally understand the point of it.
Wait, what's the
Oh,
point
man.
of this podcast?
Wait a minute. What have we been doing?
Is there a point to this podcast?
I think that's an existential question that we need to not answer. Is there a point to this podcast? Let's not dive in that deep and just enjoy the moment.
You're thinking about it too hard. Just
Don't-
let it go. Just
yeah.
I'm
let
doing it.
stream of thought. Just let it cruise on down.
You can't tell me what
Just
to
put it in
do.
a boat. Let it float down that stream, away, out of
You're
sight.
not my dad.
Nope, I'm not. I know
I
your
am
dad.
No one's
He's
dad.
a pretty cool dad.
He is a pretty cool dad.
He's a good dad, yeah.
He's a good dad. Oh man. Yes.
So you guys, I don't know if you have, but I have, just in anticipation of recording season 2,
Mm-hmm.
have gone back and I've started to listen to our show from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am currently I think I'm on episode 6.
Okay.
I think it's, what's it called? It's something like how many whites there are.
I don't remember the name of it.
It was
but
definitely before you left.
yes.
And
I just
when we-
remember it because that was the mayo episode, which was one of my favorites.
It was the what?
the mayonnaise.
Is it the mayo
I
episode?
I think it is.
So I just started that episode.
Episode 5. It's crazy how many whites there are.
It's great. But one thing, it was just making me a little bit reminiscent of stuff that has already happened on our
Oh,
podcast.
man.
And one thing that I feel like hasn't been brought up in a while is Jake's cartoon bear.
Wait a minute. Cartoon bear.
It was like every time he would do the pronounce around, I'd be like, why do you just
You
sound like a
accused me of sounding like a cartoon bear.
And
I
then,
need
like,
to go
from
back
there,
and
it turned
listen.
into like a grandpa or something. I'm like, I don't know why I'm associating a grandpa with a specific like accent of
Well, but
Southern grandpa. But
I also remember like certain things like your husband would walk in and like the door would close. I'm like, the cartoon bear is at the door. He just walked
yeah,
in.
and the
Like,
bear
random-
would just be animated
It's
throughout
a
the
strange
show.
bit that
For
I
some
latched
reason,
onto.
I just don't remember that.
So I'm.
It's so long ago.
I
Was
know.
that
I mean, it's
Was-
almost a year ago.
was that
It was almost a year. We started at the end of May.
at the end of May?
Was when we recorded this, and right now it's early March.
Yeah.
What's
We're so
funny-
close to a year. That's nuts.
The funny part, though, is my kids have also started to re-listen to the show.
Oh, gosh.
And my daughter was on that episode before me, and she's like, "Mom, I'm on that episode about like all the whites."
Oh, wait.
And I'm like, "Okay." But then she goes,
Let's be very careful who you say that around.
"I don't know what it means exactly."
I don't
but
either, but
She
There's no
goes,
context.
she goes, "The zipper."
I was just gonna say
It's
the zipper.
episode. So I'm stoked because I haven't got to that part yet.
Oh man,
It's the zipper episode, you guys.
I wish that
Oh my gosh.
it was how we're doing it right now. We got an audio interface that allows
Honestly,
us to all listen
it's
to
more
it.
funny that you
That
didn't
I didn't
hear
get to
it.
listen to it.
Because we're like dying, and you're like, "What?"
what's going on?
And you couldn't even hear it until the episode was posted.
Yeah, until I was editing
And
it.
it's like,
Yeah. Oh. Duh.
and I'm pretty sure the like byline that Jake wrote was like, "And Sarah does Spider-Man a favor," and I was like,
Yeah, nope. Yeah, I remember that
Yes,
one.
I
I remember
I just
that one.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Maybe that's
awesome.
we should incorporate sound effects, like in-room sound effects as much as we can. Season
in-room
2.
sound effects. Yeah.
I
yeah.
tried. That's
We'll keep
what
an
I was
eye out.
thinking when I opened my
You're-
can and my microphone.
yeah,
I
it
was
was nice.
thinking that. I was
It caught me
thinking
off guard a little
the
bit.
Zipper.
Yeah, it was. It was loud.
I was
I think
thinking of the
I
zipper.
think I see it. It might be right there on
Well,
the
I don't
recording.
know. We got
but
really excited right around here.
We did that as well, but yeah.
Right here, I was real close to my mic. We were just we're being really intimate.
Well, this one, the bottom one is you. Welcome to Every Word is Gross. My name is Cameron.
My name.
What is it?
What is it?
What is
My
it?
name is Jake.
Yuck. Yuck.
Yeah.
That's my word for the day.
Yuck.
Is Jake. Oh, and my name is Sarah.
Oh, good lord. Oh man. Well,
This is going really well.
this is going phenomenal.
This is episode 1,
This is episode.
season 2.
Yeah. 25 if we're looking at all of them.
25.
Yeah, 25. Quarter of the way
25.
to 100. That's impressive. I think
If that's how
awesome.
high you were counting, yes.
But
Were
more
you-
than that would not
Did
be
you
as
have your
impressive.
sights set on something
I'm
higher?
just saying, like, no, I'm just saying, like, 25
100
could just be an arbitrary number.
It's true.
could be.
Unless you're specifically counting to 100.
100.
And I didn't know we were specifically counting to 100.
I guess. No, I don't know. Maybe my brain just works
If
in
it's
hundreds.
1,000.
I don't know. That would be impressive.
I
want
I don't
that.
know about that.
Hey, I want
I don't
that.
know about that.
There are a lot of
That's
gross
lot.
words out there, okay?
There
That's
are
only 3,000 gross
oh,
words.
was another idea that I just had that I thought we were going to do was foreign languages, right? Were we going to we were
Ooh.
going
I
to do
kind of
foreign
felt like
languages?
that fell under
Yeah.
the
Themed,
themed.
yeah.
That's
True,
why I kind of thought you
absolutely.
hit that.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say anything.
That's fair. But yeah, that's one of the themes that we've been thinking about as well. So
Themes.
Dooms.
if you take all the languages of the world, there are a lot of gross words out
A
there.
lot of gross
Every
words.
one of them.
Every one of them. So yeah, we're gonna do them all.
We're gonna do it. You know, I don't know if we should claim to.
Maybe we should not.
Maybe we shouldn't.
We can't say them all. Gotta say.
I don't know if I
them
know them
We
all.
don't know them all, and we'll be so offensive, more than we already are.
We're already
fair.
kind of pushing an envelope.
all. You know what? I think,
I am sure
yeah,
we have already offended a large category.
of the world's population.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt, no
I
doubt.
think so. That's probably true. Oh man. Yeah.
So,
Well,
do you go first this season?
I kind of went first last season.
You always go first, though.
Okay, I'll
It's
go
I
first.
feel like
You
that's
are-
the way of it.
Are we
Lead
gonna
off.
do words?
You are the oldest, so
No, I'm not. You are.
yeah, but I'm a lady. That's why.
Okay, fine.
Lady old doesn't
God,
count.
lady,
I'll move
Man.
I'll move my birthday up 4 weeks.
4 weeks is generous. I'm 20 days older than you.
That puts me out of May too. So I know like 22 days. I'll go 22 days.
There you go.
Yeah, great.
You're the first. The very first one. Wow.
Oh man.
First,
Are we gonna
the
do
foremost.
words this episode? Yeah.
I kind of so here's what happened
Yeah.
on this recording line.
Yes.
You introed us and it felt right
It
to
felt
go.
right. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
It felt like we were
said,
going.
This is the
great.
Are we not
podcast.
going?
This is my name.
Awesome.
Season 2 off to a stumbling start.
We know we've done this
We've
before.
done this
What
before.
else? What else is new?
What else?
Okay. All right. I'll go.
Do it.
I'm
Go.
doing my word.
Go for it.
I'm
Do
doing
it.
my word. I actually kind of feel like I'm stealing a little bit of Jake's thunder with this word.
Oh, no.
Is it thunder?
No.
Is it Jake?
No.
All right, keep going.
All right. Here we go. Squelch.
Oh, it's an
Ooh,
SQ.
It's an SQ. You know, I'm an SQ man.
Yeah, I know.
You did steal.
I did. I kind of. Yeah. But
Variation on a theme.
I will
I'm
say.
flattered.
Yeah.
if
No.
anything.
Absolutely.
He's the SQ king this season.
Yeah.
I don't know about King.
I actually. This was one of the words that one of my cousins, who my sister was staying with down in Texas, she came up with this word last
That's
summer.
an icky word.
It is. It's gross.
It's the
Squelch.
Elch.
It's a bad
Yeah,
one.
it's
It's not even the SQU.
Is it?
It's the Elch.
It's the
Yeah.
Elch.
Elch. Yeah,
It was the Idge. Now it's the Elch.
that's the title. But
How do
yeah,
you spell that? I guess not my job.
or Elch.
The Elch.
The Elch.
ELC.
I mean, we already had enough
ELC.
discussion on
Yeah.
the Idge.
Idge.
Yeah.
That's true. Idge was hard.
That's a tough one.
Idge is harder. Elch, I think, is a little bit easier. But
I
The
think so,
Idge and Elch.
Idge.
and then it's one of those words that I don't think we've ever actually figured out the word for, where it is, where it
It
is,
was you.
where it sounds like the word sounds like what it
Yeah.
what it
Yeah, we
does.
don't know what that is.
Like squish or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that, where like
Squelch.
or
I mean,
or buzz
in
or
a
something
way,
like that.
because if you're
Mhm.
thinking of to squelch a sound, there's
Mhm.
sound that comes, I feel, after you're done saying the word squelch. You're like squelch. That's the word's done, but you still have to go. You still have to like
still have to-
breathe.
So
I
it's
still have-
it's not an
you still have to end
onomatopoeia,
it.
but the thing that happens after you finish saying the word
Yes.
is
Yes, and
Ch-
that's the word onomatopoeia. That's
Yeah.
the, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, like buzz or something
Yeah.
like that.
yeah, but we're not sure if what we're saying is that.
I don't think
Do you
it
see what
is
I don't
because
think it is either.
because like buzz, like that, the word and the sound of it is imitating the actual
Yeah.
sound
Right,
thing.
right, right.
Like
Whereas we're
squelch, I don't think like it's not
Is that close
imitating.
enough?
I
Is that
think
not
it's
close?
close, but I
Okay.
don't
It's
think
close.
it's
That's what we
imitating
were
the
saying all
sound.
season.
Okay.
It just
Okay.
really accurately
So
describes
let's
what the
call
sound
it an
feels like. You know?
Onomatopoeia.
I knew as soon as you paused, it was gonna be poo.
Well, what is?
I
You know,
could.
you know what's weird, Jake? I didn't know. So
I don't.
the fact that you knew,
I don't know which
before
side of that
me,
scares me more.
You know me before I know myself.
Oh man.
That's terrifying.
That's
oh man.
Well, we got the Pia and the Pua, along with the Idge and the Elch.
guys, I missed this.
I bet no one else did.
Nope. Nope. And you know what? I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
I am okay with that.
They can just squelch their feelings and
Yeah.
listen anyways.
Although that's unhealthy. Don't squelch your feelings.
you can though, that's fine.
I mean,
We were born in the 90s.
we were. That's true.
Yep, we all were. All of us.
We were born in the 90s.
You know what, Jake?
I was born in the 90s.
Hey, well, you know what?
Those 9 months were fantastic.
Plus, given your outfit choice, I'd say you were born in the 90s.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's
that's
90s
good.
esque. I
It is,
realize
it
that's
is.
kind of on trend right now, but
But it's
still.
also
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest.
It is though,
Yeah,
and it
as
always
well.
because 90s is grunge.
The amount when I
And
was
so
in
is the
Florida,
Pacific Northwest.
people. It's funny that I actually have trail mix. That my coworkers literally told me I would eat trail mix
Yeah.
with my lunch just about every day, and
Sure.
they're like, "You are trail mix, like trail mix embodied."
You're like
is what
that's
you are.
you mean you're everyone's favorite snack?
I was gonna say, you mean I'm a good
pretty
snack
good.
that
You're
gets you
the-
some protein, gets you some
It's
sweets.
pretty, it's
Plus,
pretty good. It's pretty
What,
good.
Throw
what
it
do
in your
most
pocket.
people do a trail mix? They indulge. They eat way more than they should.
Indulge.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So
That's
I
fair.
don't know. Maybe you're not so good for people. Only in small doses.
I don't know if we need to publicly be
Prepackaged.
talking about me like this.
You're comparing yourself to a
I'm
tasty
not.
snack.
I'm not. I'm not. So I'm a whole meal. Let's get that out there first.
I'm a whole
I'm
meal.
I'm a whole meal. You only need. Never mind.
Uh,
Too many things. That's hilarious.
let's squelch that topic.
Yeah.
I get it though. I get it. Yes. There.
Oh man.
Can I tell
Yeah.
you? So years ago, when we were still living in Utah, there was some magazine that had done an article on JoJo
Mhm.
as a musician,
Okay.
and the lady in the magazine described him as handsome in a granola sort of way, which I'm like,
That's the most backhanded.
I know. So I'm like, when I'm reading
Okay.
this,
Okay. How long was his hair?
That's a fair question. Fair question. If you know anything about JoJo, he has had all lengths of hair.
So that's like I
down
actually
like to
think
your butt, down to like a buzz cut. So that's fair.
That's why I'm like the length of hair.
It was probably like a good like
shoulder?
Chad Kroger style length.
I don't remember Chad. Who's Chad?
Isn't this the Nickelback?
I was gonna say
guy?
Nickelback, right?
Okay, that guy. Got it.
It's like it had a Creed-esque quality to
Gotcha.
it.
Gotcha.
A little Scott Stapp.
Gotcha.
Anyways, and I read this article and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So I, for years, called him Mr. Granola.
Yeah, it's fair.
He did not appreciate that. And yet he still married me. So
Yeah, that's fair.
there's a tip out there for you ladies.
Just wear him down.
Just if you bring his self-esteem down low enough.
Welcome back to Everyone is Gross, the really healthy relationship pod.
This is not your therapist podcast.
Not your therapist
Not
podcast.
your husband's podcast, for sure. He hates it.
No, he doesn't know. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Anyways, that's what that reminded me of. So like he's attractive in a trail mix sort of way.
I was gonna say, where do we stack up Chex
Yeah.
Mix or not Chex, trail mix,
Trail mix.
granola?
It depends on the time of day, I think.
When are you like
granola
morning
in
is
the
better
morning.
for granola?
Or on top of like your little, night snack, little
Yeah,
yogurt
okay.
granola
Okay.
snack. You
But
know,
trail
I
mix
have
is
that.
definitely like a late morning, like
late morning,
hike.
but it's like all day.
It's like
All day.
It's all
All
day.
It is all day. It is.
I'm all day, baby.
This is the weirdest
Yeah.
topic
Oh, yeah.
to be on
I
when
know.
we're talking about the word
I know.
squelch.
I know. It's true. It's true.
If,
I
to be
mean,
fair, I have no
yeah.
idea where
When
it
you
came
are
from.
hiking through the woods,
Yep.
trail mix in your pocket,
You
right after
squelch
having
a lot
some
of things.
granola
Yeah.
and your yogurt for breakfast, you do be squelching
Yeah,
if
you
it's a
do.
little soggy
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's true.
as you're stomping
What?
through.
I thought you were gonna be like squelch your hunger with a bag of trail
Squelch.
mix.
No, that's
Squelch.
you think quench.
I mean, the word.
No, I'm thinking like to squelch. Like I think of squelch when I think of sound.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
trying to like stop something. Like you're dampening it. You're
Yeah.
squelching it.
yeah.
I
get
don't know
that.
what you're saying.
Well, you know what? That makes two of us.
Three of us.
Three of us.
How about? That's brilliant. Brilliant. I love it.
But yeah, that's my word. It's squelch.
Squelch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is a gross word.
It's a gross word.
It's pretty
It's a
gross.
word.
I
Yes.
don't like those words.
Solidly gross.
I think we might have talked about this last season as well.
Mhm.
I don't like words that, again, what I had said earlier about how like
Yeah.
you have to keep making a sound even after
Yes.
you're done saying the
Yeah.
word.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
How I had noted, I didn't know it until it was pointed out to
Squelch,
me. Yeah,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
how when I say ing words, I say the G.
Oh,
Like,
right.
yeah, I
right.
wasn't taught it was ing. However, all you weirdos
Ing.
say it.
Swimming.
Ing.
Swimming.
Ing.
The amount of
Like
effort.
you hear the G.
I'm glad we have video now because the amount of effort on your face as you tried to just go ing,
To not say
to
the
not
G.
say it. Don't
Yeah.
say it.
Because to me, I go like
you say it?
king. There's a G. It's king.
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 But because it's pointed out to me all the time that apparently is not right.
Well,
That's how I feel about squelch because you're going
Yeah.
squelch.
Squelch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ah.
What is right though? I mean, like when we're thinking about it, like who's the grammar?
I think
police?
We are.
Yeah. So yeah. So
We are the authority.
if you want to say the G, say it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Loud and proud.
Because like last night, I say it to be funny, but I don't say ow. I go ouch. or I say ouch.
Yeah.
Instead of ouch, I go ouch.
Oh man.
So last night, my husband did something and I went, ouch. And he goes, oh, which? And I was like, yeah, ouch.
Ouch.
Ow,
So that's how I say ouch now.
So do you blame every pain on a witch then?
Ouch. I mean, it makes sense. You ever had stuff just go so wrong? You're like, did I make a witch mad? Like, who
I was gonna say I've had that feeling. Man, I must be cursed.
Like at
Ow,
the-
witch.
Oh, witch. I
Ow,
mean, you were
witch.
probably thinking that at the airport.
Probably.
Yeah. mhm.
Maybe
Where's
I was
my
thinking a lot of
card?
things at that
Ow, witch.
airport.
maybe some other things as well.
There was a lot of thoughts.
Oh,
It's a
man.
really good expletive because really you're just blaming the problem.
Maybe we need to turn squelch
Squelch.
Squelch.
Yeah.
I feel
And,
like we
like-
need to save that for the pronounce around.
Yeah, that's fair. But maybe that needs to become a new what's the word that you just said? No. Sure. Onomatopoeia.
Did you mean expletive?
Yes, that's the word. Yeah, it left my brain. So
Left brain.
Left
Anyway.
brain.
left brain,
Strong side.
left
Left
brain,
side.
left side, strong
I didn't
side.
play football.
What?
I didn't play football.
I only know it from Remember
I
the Titans.
definitely did.
I was never mind.
Keep it to
I was
yourself,
gonna
Trail
react,
Mix.
and then you threw me a curveball.
Are you gonna start calling him Trail Mix?
I will whenever he makes me angry.
Oh man. Okay.
Do we rate? Are we rating?
Oh, we do.
You
rate the
do you
squelch?
rate first? So I can't remember how the rating goes.
No,
I think
Jake rates first.
Okay, so
and
we
then
go in
I
our
say
normal
my
order.
word.
Last. You rated last.
Yeah, but then I pronounce around it first.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Wow. Has it been like 2-3 months?
I know,
Wow.
but we should probably refresh the scale.
That's a good
That's
idea.
true.
Yes, we
Tell
refresh
us
the scale.
Ye old scale.
Ye
Jake.
old scale.
You created
You
it.
did create
I
it.
am
You
the
are the
creator
creator.
of this scale.
Yeah, so you need to say
Scale
it.
of 1 to
Because I said to myself one day, self, I feel like we need to quantize things more. So thus was birthed the scale. At number 1, the lowest rating, we have you.
We do have
First
you.
one
So
is
you
you.
looked right at me and it sounded like you said you. And so I was really offended. I don't
Ew.
want to be on the gross meter.
Ew.
You.
It's you,
It's
Sarah.
you.
If you keep calling him,
Ouch.
if you keep calling him Trail Mix, it might turn into
I
you.
know.
Yeah,
It's
let me
you.
push it.
And look at me every time.
I am the
It's
creator
you.
of this scale. I can amend it.
Oh man,
So number 1,
Wow.
lowest, we have you.
you
Number 2, we have pretty gross.
pretty. Yep, it's pretty gross.
Pretty gross. Number 3, disgusting. Number 4 is vile. And this is where things are
This is
starting to
where
get
they
really
curl your
nasty. This
nostrils
is
a
where your
little.
nostrils are starting to curl.
We've turned the corner. We've turned the corner. Yep.
We're on our way to the bathroom.
Yep.
This is the home stretch. Right as you're about to pray to the porcelain gods. Number 5, the grossest of them all. It's just the barf sound.
Yep.
Blech.
Yep. That's
I'm
it.
really glad that we all
That's it.
did that.
Yep. 100%. I was
That
a
was
little.
a little bit cathartic.
I was a little late, but that's okay. So I was late to the party.
Was
So-
okay. It would echo off porcelain, so it's fine.
Great. Cool. I'll be
Go
the.
off, porcelain.
I'll be.
Band name, I call it.
Honestly, not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. That's
People
not
be
bad.
like, "What does that mean?" You'll know when you hear it.
Oh,
Oh, that's yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's
pretty
a thing.
gross.
I
That's a thing.
hate you.
but
Wow,
that
I haven't heard that in a
squelch.
while.
I hate shit. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be
Okay,
back.
so we've gone over our scale.
we've
What
gone
do
over our
you
scale.
Rate squelch.
Squelch, I'm going to give disgusting. I think that is a solid
Yep.
start.
Yep.
It doesn't really make me want to gag, but it's gross.
Yeah,
it's icky.
It's disgusting.
It's yuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I like it.
Disgusting.
I agree.
Yep.
And there's just something about that word to me that if you, I don't know, I feel like you'd have to say it really quick and in passing.
Mhm.
And there's only one context in which I would maybe be like, okay, that was, you had no other option.
Yeah. Yep.
Otherwise, I kind of feel like you can think of something else.
Yeah. And it's
You
not
know?
it's not a common word that
It's
you would
not used that often.
not use that often. And
Maybe it
so,
should
yeah,
be.
It might. We might need to change that. We might need to change it. I'm gonna give squelch. I'm gonna give it a vile. It's pretty. Yeah, the elch. It's the elch.
It's the elch.
The elch is what
I
gets
mean,
me.
the SQU is already a solidly
Well,
gross
we
beginning.
already know that that's
It's a gross beginning,
and Elch is
and
building
then it has
on
a gross end.
just
and
doesn't
so,
get better.
Yeah, so
It does
I'm
not
giving.
get better.
I'm giving it a vile.
Gets no better.
You
Yep.
cut that in half, but both sides
They're
are
both-
an ick sandwich.
Yep, they're both gross. So
It's an egg sandwich.
yep, yep. All right, that's my word.
That's your word.
Jake, you're up.
My word.
Woohoo!
I totally forgot to look at my list before I came here,
Whoops.
which is crazy. But
Rookie mistake.
rookie
Yeah.
mistake. Here's
Yeah.
the thing. This is actually my very first episode. No,
This isn't the same Jake.
this is a
It's been
different Jake.
It's
It's a
been a
different
different
Jake.
Jake
It's been
all
a different
along.
Jake this whole
I mean-
time.
Every episode, it was a different Jake.
Some people like this is the first video evidence of, well, kind of, but we might have taken a picture or two. But yeah, for anybody
He
watching
looked
on
a little different.
That looked a little different.
a little different,
Not a lot, but a
yes,
little.
Little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway,
the word that I just looked at my list and think is going to work pretty well is fertile. Fertile? Fertile.
it's not.
See,
the
that
it's-
itself is, I don't know how to say it. I don't know which way to go with it. It's just super uncomfy.
It is one of those words, I think, depending on the context, it's almost like pecan and pecans.
Yeah.
where you could say it either way.
Yeah, where it's like, well, I say pecans, but I say pecan pie, which
Yeah.
we have talked about this. I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And so, or just whatever. There's a lot of variances there. So
Mhm.
I think it's one of those words.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
depending on the context, maybe you would say fertile.
I don't know. Like fertile, I wouldn't say it. Like that's not what I would naturally say, but it doesn't feel wrong.
It's
No,
and it's not
no.
as icky sounding. Like if you're like, is this land fertile? I'd be like, yeah, maybe.
It's
Is
feel-
it fertile?
I feel like if you're
It's pretty
coming up
close
to
to
me
vile,
and
though.
saying, "Is this
It's-
land fertile?" I think you're an icky person.
Someone wants to know.
but it's like
It's almost
fertile.
planting season.
Fertile's pretty close to vile, and so like I'm like,
You
I don't
find that grosser than
fertile. No, probably
Fertile,
not.
Fertile.
just sounds like
The
a
it's
fart
yeah.
turtle.
Yeah. It's true. I was thinking turtle. I was
What
like,
noise did you just
That feels
make?
like a-
Turtle.
That feels like a Dr. Seuss character to me.
Yeah. Oh man.
Fertile.
or
the
a
tur-
Pokemon.
Oh man.
Or
Squirtle and Fertile.
Yeah.
I don't like those. And
Fertile is his when he what's it called when they change?
Evolve.
Evolve. It's the
That's what he does
evolution
that,
of
but going
Squirtle.
backwards.
That's
He doesn't grow,
It's
he
evolution.
shrinks
fertile.
and gets
the
worse.
evolution is
To
fertile.
Oh man.
I don't like it.
but yeah,
don't like it.
I don't like either pronunciation. Like both are disgusting. They're
Fertile.
awful. They're not good.
I feel like
Mhm.
has its place where again though it's a little like you're snubbing.
a little
Yeah.
posh.
Yeah, you're trying to
Little
make it
nose
not
in the
sound
air.
like
Yeah.
a butt,
Mhm. Yeah.
but it does.
but it does.
But it just does.
Yeah.
just sounds like a
Yep,
butt.
yep. No, yeah, it's fertile is Erdle. That's
Erdle.
just wrong.
Erdle,
It's just
erd. I don't know because I have issues with fur.
Oh really?
fur.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, because we talked about this. I
Okay.
hate when people instead of saying for, which I do this and I'll catch myself
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it.
saying
When
fur.
you get
Yeah,
lazy and you
that's
go,
right.
well, for I'm
Right.
going for this.
Right.
Ugh. Like
Yeah.
so already I hate it from fur.
Mhm.
From fair.
And then Erdle,
Yeah. No, it's true.
don't like it.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, it's gross.
I
Gross.
hate it.
That's gross. That's gross. Sarah, do you want to rate it?
Yeah, and sometimes I talk to myself and I say, Kevin, because Kevin's what I call myself. I'm kidding.
Where?
I'm gonna rate that word.
Where? Wait. What?
You know how there's like the me, myself, and I? Sarah's me is Kevin. There's Sarah, Kevin, and the third
What?
one we don't know. But
What do you say to Kevin?
I say, Kevin,
Kevin?
you know what's a nasty word?
Fertile.
Fertile. I kind of want to give it a little bit of a barf, but I feel like I might give it a vile because it rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Fertile is vile, and I've always said that. Let that be known.
No, I have to give it a vial as well. Like it's for being so fertile. The word is actually like it's supposed to be a good thing.
It is.
It's describing a good thing, but the fact
No,
that
it ain't.
that's the thing. The fact that
I think you're our foremost authority to say that maybe it's not such a good thing.
the fact
No,
that
it ain't.
the fact that it is describing a good thing in a very disgusting way.
yeah.
Like that's just awful. Like that's just why would anybody come up with a disgusting word for describing a good thing? So that's just failure of the English
Yeah.
population or English creators. Yeah, it's just wrong.
Describe that
just wrong.
thing.
Yeah, so vile. It's awful.
Fertile.
It's not good.
Fertile.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that concept that brings life and creates goodness?
Let's go with fertile.
Let's go with fertile.
It reminds me of a turtle, kind of.
Turtles are beautiful.
Turtles are colorful and they're in nature.
Yeah.
Fertile. It strikes me as something just a guy in the back. Yeah, it's fertile. It's like, Kevin, stop.
Is it fertile? Is it? Don't talk to Kevin that way.
It's a different Kevin.
Yeah, sure it is. Sure.
You can't
'Cause
prove
you know
that.
more
You
than
can't-
one Kevin.
Oh, man.
I knew 2 Kevins in the parking lot. Thank you very much. 2 Florida Kevins.
Florida Kevins. Wow, I feel like that tells me a lot about them.
Is that the
My name
same
is
thing-
Florida Kevin.
You know
So
what?
if I search a date and then Florida Kevin, will I also get the same thing as Florida man?
You know, there's a good
wow,
chance.
that took me a hot minute to follow that.
No, I know. I get
I was
that.
like, if you search a date, Cameron,
No,
are
no,
you
but-
sliding into the DMs?
Again.
Let it be known. That was
Kevin?
not me. Kevin. But no, yeah, you search, Florida man and then a date, and then you get a really random news article of Florida man. But yeah, would you get a Florida Kevin?
I think, maybe just add Kevin, Florida man Kevin,
Yeah.
in a random date.
That'd be fun.
You could get something good.
Yeah. I don't
I feel
know
like
if
if
I'm
they're
gonna
calling
do that,
them
but-
Florida man, it's because they don't know that his name is Kevin. You know?
Like
That's fair.
his name
That's
is
fair.
probably Kevin, is what you're saying?
I'm saying any one of the Florida mans
Every
could
single-
have been a Kevin.
I mean, that's true.
but they're
or-
not saying Florida man because they know the
Well,
people's
that's
names.
just how you write a headline, right? You just give the basic
Florida
information, and then
Kevin.
in the article
Florida Kevin.
Yeah. Says the
Be friends
communication
a
guy.
pigeon.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
says a guy who has written said articles.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. They might not.
You can
be
just say
named
it. But now, is that you saying that, or is that Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin doesn't want to be found out. What happens in Florida?
This is like a Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
Is it?
Mhm.
You don't know if it's Sarah or if it's Kevin
Yeah. Yeah,
unless you open the box.
yeah. Oh man. Oh.
Is that a box we want to open? That feels like a Pandora's box sort of thing.
I
I'm
know.
gonna rate my word
Rate your word.
vile. I
Yeah.
think vile is right on the money for this
That's
word.
a triple vile.
Super
Triple-
vile.
Super vile.
Super vile.
It's super evil.
It's super vile.
Evil.
Would you guys
Yeah.
get mad if I didn't do the bow, 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 bow?
Well, I
you
can't
know-
remember why we do that. I just know we do it.
Okay, great.
And
Cool.
sometimes very poorly.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be happy if I hear it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I'm
I'll-
gonna be disappointed.
If it went, it probably will depend on when I edit this episode.
The biggest
but, yeah.
question is, will you be disappointed in yourself?
No, not at all.
Okay. That's good. I like where your head's at.
Yep. Yep. Mhm. Well, yeah. Super vile. Way to go,
Super vile.
Sarah.
So raw.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Your word.
Kevin, what was?
Hey, Kevin.
Kevin,
That's right. That's right. Thanks.
where'd you
Okay.
put the list?
Thanks, bro. My word is juror.
Sorry, huh?
Juror.
Just that's not real. That's not a real word.
So, first of all, I'm going to give some props to why I picked this word.
Okay.
One of my all-time favorite 30 Rock episodes. Yes, I knew you knew I was going there. Shut up.
Is this the show of the season? Do I need to start? Because last season,
It
Is
was
it
Ted
on?
Lasso.
Is it
It was Ted
on?
Lasso.
Is it on?
I don't know.
any-
I think it's on Peacock.
I don't have Peacock.
It used to be on Netflix years and years ago.
Yeah, that's
but I watched the show as it was still like airing live.
Yeah,
and
that's
I've
fair.
seen it like
That's
11
fair.
times.
That's
It's
fair.
my all-time favorite show.
Mhm.
There
Above Ted Lasso.
Yes, but for different reasons.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't feel like these are. I mean, it's apples and oranges at
That's
this
fair.
point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because you can't compare fruit. Everyone knows
Plus,
that.
because
No.
Ted Lasso, on top of being funny and clever and well written, it's also heartwarming.
Sure.
And, you
30
know.
Rock has no
No,
heartwarming
like you're not
moments.
like in love with a character's journey. They're just hilarious. They're more. All of them are characters, so they're just
that's fair.
hilarious.
That's fair.
The premise is that Liz, the main character, she is a writer for a live show, very similar to like a Saturday Night Live show. So it's very similar to Tina Fey's actual
Yes.
life.
Yes.
And at NBC, and then she has like her boss, who's the head of NBC, which is played by Alec Baldwin, Jack Donaghy, and so she also has to. You know, she's the head writer, so she manages all the writing team, but she's also has to manage the actors, which are all crazy. And so anyways, one of the actresses on the show, she's hilarious and always full of herself, finally is in like a big motion picture, and it's called The Rural Juror. And yes, rural is on my list. Don't take it. Maybe I'll just announce it right now.
Maybe it's on my list.
Rural.
Maybe it was already on my list. Do we have to have a list off? Like whoever's list it's
off.
higher on?
It's higher, yeah.
This is my hip hop dancing. You only see it if you follow the TikTok.
The classic I'm about to break dance move.
And that's the only one I cannot also do.
I can't dance like that. No, I can't. I'm too white. Anyway,
We've already done an episode like that.
I know. That's fair.
So, anyways, she's in this movie called The Rural Juror.
That's wrong.
And every time she says it, she's like, "It's the rural juror." And so Liz and the other head writer Pete can't figure out what the name of her movie is, and they're like, it can't even be a real movie. The entire episode, they're trying to figure out what it's called.
Yeah.
And my favorite line is where Liz says, "Do you think it's rue her, gem her?" And then Pete's like, "Nah, that can't be it. It's got to be oral germ whore." And so I just think it's they were just clever. Two of the worst, hard to say words back to back. Rural juror.
Yeah. I can see it in the writing meeting of the show of like, we need to come up with the hardest thing to say
Rural juror.
back to back. And I don't know if I can even say it. Rural juror. I can say juror. Rural. Yeah, I can't say.
I feel like you're just going the juror. Which is also funny because later they have an episode where like it's almost like The View, and they're interviewing her for the movie, and and she's talking about the film. She's like, "The road good her, would her," you know. And you're like, okay, none of these are words, and now it's extra funny.
Yep.
So I think people do kind of default to just saying "jur."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they're just literally saying like JRR,
but it's
juror.
juror.
It's juror.
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 Yeah.
It's JUROR. Juror.
Jur sounds like a name to take in the names episode. Hi, my name's Jur. I star in Rural Jur.
My name is Jur. Hey, Jur.
Oh man. I obviously I still have a hard time sometimes, but when I was younger, especially, R's were a really hard thing to say for me. Like I could not pronounce.
Rural.
Yeah. So exactly. So rural. I also think it's my headphones. I wonder if I take them. Rural.
That was better.
It's better.
That
It's
was better.
But yeah. No. It's just
So this word came up in my mind. I mean, I love that episode, but it came up in my mind recently because my bestie's been having some health issues. We had to take her to the hospital kind of thing. But she was saying how much more expensive the hospitals are in rural towns because they're considered a rural hospital. They can like charge way more because you have no other options for things like CAT scans and whatever, which is what she needed. So it was like kind of pooey.
Yeah.
But I was like, God, she kept saying that word all day long was rural, and she hasn't seen the show either. So I'm sitting here going, rural jura, the rural jura, in my head, just like being really annoying, going, rue her, gem her.
Oh man.
You know, the whole time, and I'm just being really obnoxious with it. And then I went, this word is going on my list.
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
So,
Yep. No, it's awesome.
on a side note, have any of you ever been a juror?
Yes,
you have.
I have once. I've had the opportunity there. So
For a really cool case.
I don't know if I could have been able to handle it personally. So the first one, was a sucky case. I was the second alternate,
Mm.
which is just the worst spot to be on a jury. I would rather be on the jury than the second alternate because you still have to sit through the whole thing, but then you don't get to deliberate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because unless two people have to back out, then you get on the jury. And so that's just yeah.
Is it if they back out or if they like get kicked out?
Probably both.
Kicked
Like,
out,
can
backed
either of those
out,
happen?
sick, like I
Yeah,
can't
it's-
make
you're,
it. Like
you're the
yeah,
understudy.
Just so that they can just
Yeah.
continue that day
because you
without.
have to have 12 people on the
And
jury.
you have to
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
been up to speed
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
So
So
you also
you
have to
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to
have to
everything.
watch the whole thing. So that was a case of a no contact order being violated. It was just really ridiculous. It was a stupid case. I didn't like it. But they settled the next day, so it was fine. I guess. But the
Snaps for them.
yeah,
I
right,
guess.
yeah,
I don't know if I want
Anyway,
that
yeah.
to be something you settle on. That's
Yeah.
none of my business.
Well, yeah, it was okay. So it was a dad who told the nanny to tell his kids I love them, and that technically was.
Are you allowed to? It's public now, right? You're allowed
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember
No, no,
how that
no.
works.
This was.
Oh my
this
god,
was,
we're going to jail.
This was years ago. Yeah. So, but yeah.
I did this last week.
and so yeah. So that was like just the sucky part about it. It was like. Yeah. Anyway, so it was stupid. But the second one was a murder trial, and I could have been like potentially on the jury for that, but I was.
They
like,
asked
no.
him because they asked like if there was potentially like visceral evidence.
Yeah, like there would have
yeah.
been
Like, he
pictures
would have
of
had
the
to have
murder
seen it.
and everything like that, and I was just like, in that moment, I was like, no,
I don't think I
No.
could do that.
I don't. I
Yeah.
like that would be really hard for me.
That's
and so
good
like,
for that you're honest though,
yeah,
and you didn't
absolutely.
like mess it
They-
up.
But they kind of like they were adamant, like they really were trying to like go. Are you just trying to say this to get out of it, or do you really mean? And so like I probably sat there for at least 5 minutes, if not longer, of them directly asking me
Just straight to you.
questions
No means
about
no.
like I was kind of like how hard is this? Like no.
Do you want me to just puke right in front of you
Right.
now? Like,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was so I definitely was like, no, I don't need to do
Yeah.
that. I don't need to do that. So I didn't look up the case afterwards, but yeah. So anyway,
Wow.
that's my story. Or have you been a juror?
I got called for jury duty once,
Okay.
but it was when I was still in college.
Okay.
And it was either like at the beginning or the end of the summer. So I just called
yes.
them. I was like, hey, I'm not going to be in town because I go to school. And they're like, okay.
Oh, that's nice. That's
You
nice.
guys, I get called for jury duty every year,
Really?
and I have never once gone in. I'm not delinquent or anything. It's because
Like it's
I've
because
had
they
children.
say no.
No, I haven't even had to go
yeah.
in because
Right.
they're like, if you're the only one who, takes
Oh,
care of
right.
your kids or whatever. So I haven't had to go in. And then finally
However,
now,
right,
now, the
right.
last 2 years that I have that hasn't been an issue. The last 2 years, I haven't got a
Haven't
jury
gotten called.
summons.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one.
My husband
in a
gets them all
while.
the time too.
He did. Yeah, he had to go in.
He's
right.
got him like maybe 3 or 4 times since we've been here.
Yeah.
I've got one every year except the last few years. And I was like, cool, like now I could actually go in.
I almost.
And they
I,
never call me.
I almost got called in for a federal one.
Oh.
So like I would have had to drive down to Richland, I think. And I would have had to I almost said Richmond because of AFC Richmond. But I said Richland.
Where do we live?
That's in Virginia.
Where we
yeah,
at,
right,
mates?
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
casually drive
But-
over to.
But yeah, so
East Coast.
that but I didn't have to drive down for that one. So
Wow.
yeah. But
Wow.
juror.
I kind of want to.
Juror.
I know that
I-
sounds weird, but I
No,
kind of want
I-
to.
I remember I had
Yeah.
a friend in high school who, were taking gov classes and she was adamant. She was like, I want jury duty. Like, I want to do it. It is your civic duty. It is, I want in on one of these cases. She was gung ho about it.
Technically speaking, I don't know if you can go sit in
some you can.
some like trials you can sit in, but I don't know if you can sit in or volunteer of saying like I want to be on the jury
I feel
I
like
don't
that
think
would
you can
make them go.
Yeah, I was gonna
pass.
say.
it totally would, but like I don't even know if you're like allowed into the room during the jury selection process.
Probably not
Yeah.
doing the
I don't think
selection.
so.
Yeah,
Have
but
you seen that
probably
show?
the trial.
Didn't I tell you about that show, Jury Duty?
I don't think so.
I've heard
Kind
about
of like
it.
What
a
is it on?
reality show. I don't know.
I'll look
Maybe
it up.
Prime.
It's fine.
Maybe.
I'll look it up.
It's weird that we have to say things like that now. What streaming platform
Yeah.
of the millions?
It's become cable. It's all just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming has just become cable.
It's
We're
cable
just
again.
reinventing society over
it's
and over
so
again.
great to watch it.
I'm waiting for us. I mean,
Humanity.
you can already bundle the Disney bundle.
Has anyone ever tried inventing something like round that could like help stuff move faster, better, with more
like
ease?
an orb,
Like a
like a
kind of like this. You know,
oh.
it's round.
Mm.
You could put like
I don't think I was done that. No.
they should
Should really-
invent something like that and help us get around a little quicker.
I did see.
Are you talking about a wheel?
No,
Is
that would be
that what you would call
preposterous.
it?
Yeah, that's what I would call it.
Who would
The
dare
hell?
reinvent that?
Well,
That should be a saying.
Yeah.
It's not though, so stop it.
I did see a post once of this guy who was like, I feel like it should be a thing to like just do like a podcast, but like without the mics. Like you just hang out and talk about interesting topics with your friends. And someone commented was like, you just discovered hanging out. The amount, or I saw
If
another
you
one
film
that was,
it though, it's just YouTube, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they still used mics, I think, even back in the day.
but he was like, yeah,
That's
but just do it without
hilarious.
without
Without
video
anyone
or
knowing
without
about
knowing.
it.
It's like,
Without
it's just
any
hanging out.
Wow.
without any other reason.
Without
than
having
yeah.
to take pictures.
listening to your friends.
That's just called like being alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We would never do that, obviously,
No,
because
never.
here we are.
I refuse to see you if you don't have a mic
Yeah.
in your hands. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
I've forgotten what Cameron looks like without headphones.
Yep. 100%. Yeah.
It's unnatural.
It's actually probably better because I feel like my ears stick out a little bit more than I would want to. So I think
Wow.
I
wearing.
think you're nitpicking, but okay.
Yeah, I am a little bit.
I understand
but
it.
Yeah. But I feel like wearing headphones all the time might help.
Just all the time.
All the time.
Just middle of the summer.
Yeah.
I
Earmuffs,
like it
headphones.
because people definitely talk to you less.
That's fair.
That's
That's
true.
the benefit of headphones.
That is true.
Like, have you ever gone to the grocery store with headphones on?
No, I do most times. Yes.
It's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so great.
Although when I do see someone that I know, I do feel obligated.
I don't. I go.
to an well, it depends on the depends on the
no.
person, but yeah.
What's pause? What?
I'm a bad person
hear you.
because when I was at Disney, I didn't really talk to my roommate.
Oh, okay.
And any of them really.
That is rude.
I had 5 different roommates in the time, and some of
Wow.
them didn't like me. Some of them I was
didn't
fine
like
with,
you?
but we just weren't really.
What's not
they
to like?
they didn't like
What's not
you
to
should
like
tell
about
them.
trail mix?
Anyway, what's like that?
I've
Thank
always
you.
said, who doesn't like trail mix? A monster?
I have always said that.
They probably ate granola, huh?
They probably ate granola.
I
They're
got
a
it. I
granola
got it.
person.
But no, I would get on the bus with my headphones on.
Yeah.
Like especially if I knew that one of my roommates was going to be on the bus, and I wouldn't even be like, oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I would just like pretend to not even notice them
That's my favorite. I love pretending.
because I
don't
just
notice
love
people.
dodging a conversation.
You
It's
actually
just-
almost did that to me. You picked up JoJo from
I would
the
never do
church,
that to you.
and then you were driving away, and as you were driving away, then you just gave me like
I remember that day, and that was
yeah.
not about you.
No, 100%. No, I never took
I
it personally.
saw you
I
for
never,
sure.
I never took it.
I feel like I was very specifically angry at JoJo.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was like, you know who doesn't need me to be mean to them today? Cameron.
I appreciate that. Thank
Yeah.
you. But yeah, so, but yeah, then you drove away, you drove around the thing, and then you just gave me this like look of just
That's because
like,
I realized at first I was like, he walked past. Now I'm gonna drive, but now I gotta wait for him to walk past me again. And you waited. So then
I
I went.
waited.
I'm like, thanks. As I'm like driving in a circle around you, like, okay, bye.
okay, bye. Yeah.
No,
that was fun.
usually I did that today. I was somewhere in town and
Mm-hmm.
started to order and realized that a group near me was definitely a group of people I knew.
Yeah.
And I intentionally never once looked that way and then walked and sat over there and then had Kelsey go get my food. So I didn't have to have a conversation. It's not like, ew, I don't want to talk
No.
to you. It's like,
No.
I'm busy. I'm not going to talk to
Yeah,
you.
that's fair.
Because I
And
know
yeah,
you're going to
and-
take up some time.
And there are some times where you just have to do that.
And sometimes,
And it's not
I feel
personal.
like hearing you guys say this lets me know, like, the jury is out that this is not a rude thing to do. It's okay to not talk to people that you know. You don't have to talk to people just
Yeah.
because you know them.
I don't know if I'm on.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
I
you
know
for
I
saying
would
that.
be on that jury. I'd be a juror
Are you a juror?
on that jury.
I think
You
I would.
said that
I would.
well, I think.
Thank
I
you.
would be a witness.
Juror.
A witness.
for that jury.
I'm a Can I get a witness?
Can I get a witness?
Oh,
yes,
man.
I'm here.
Oh man.
I feel like that's the nickname we need to give Whitney. He's a witness.
A Whitney.
And he can, like, because we've also
Witness.
called upon him for, like, is this a real, what's the science behind this? Mr. Whitney?
Yep.
He's our witness.
Whitney, the witness.
Witness.
And this is witness
Yeah.
segment. I tried to.
You tried.
You tried.
Jury. Yeah.
Juror.
Oh, juror.
Juror.
Jury is not great.
Juror.
Jury's not great, but it's not as bad as juror.
Jury feels like a name like
Yeah.
you'd hear nowadays people give their kids. This is my son, Jury.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That is
Yeah,
what that sounds
it
like.
is.
Yeah.
Um,
And his sister, Juror.
juror.
Hey,
It's
hey, it's
actually
me, Juror.
something that's
It's juror.
something that's interesting is like it almost sounds close to murder, which is funny to me.
Well, that's why I think the word is
What?
juror.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
I guess.
Drawer.
I don't know, but yeah, I don't know.
You
I
guys,
never.
this makes me laugh. The word now I can't say it.
Juror.
Juror makes me laugh. My kids, I have to correct them. They're better now. When they were younger, they would they couldn't say the word drawer.
That's a tough one.
They would say jor. And I'm like, you guys are saying jor, like Jor.
Mhm.
Jor. The word is drawer. DRAW.
I also don't think it's exactly how you pronounce it.
It's, but I'm trying to let them hear
Sure,
it.
but
it's closer,
drawer.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not jor.
Can you say
Open the
Jor.
drawer.
Can you say draw and then drawer?
draw?
Yeah.
Drawer.
I mean, it's not the same, but
Drawer.
it's closer.
It is
so,
drawer
yeah,
though.
Drawer.
It's not jor.
It's not drawer.
Drawer.
It's
It's not jor. Nachos.
Drawer.
Not jars.
Yeah.
Nacho jors.
But that's kind of like,
Not
so
jors.
I do this thing where one day I noticed, like, when someone sneezes and you say, oh, bless you, a lot of people really smush those words together and it comes out bless you. And so
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you need a tissue for your issue. Bless you.
Tissue.
bless you.
That's a bless
Tissue
you.
for
Bless
your
yous.
issue. Oh,
But so
man.
I've started, every once in a while, I'll throw in, someone
Yeah.
will sneeze and I'll just go, left shoe. I'll say left shoe.
You've mentioned this, or
Yeah.
you.
You did?
And no one
Yes.
has ever noticed.
Yes, I
Not a
think
single person has ever
You,
noticed.
you
Wow.
either mentioned it or you said you were going to start. And
I've started. I've started.
yeah.
Oh, I've started.
I've been doing this forever.
Some of these people who are sneezing out in front of me are not getting blessed. They're getting a left
How
shoe.
dare
Oh,
you?
man.
You're leaving their souls
Oh,
free
man.
and open.
Oh
Well,
man.
I don't say. It's
not my fault
I try
for
not to
sniffing
say
dust.
bless you. I actually
Gazoon type.
no. That's funny. That makes me laugh.
Hmm?
No, because my husband has said it forever. Because as far as I know, I don't know how true it is, but in France they say "a tes souhaits," which means to your wishes,
Oh.
which I think is
Oh.
cuter than pretending like you somehow sneezed out your soul.
Right. Yeah. Which is where
'cause
bless
that's
you
weird.
came from. Yep.
Mm.
I feel like that's like Salem witch trial era
Oh, yeah.
of where
Ooh,
it came
yeah, it's
from.
very similar line of
Yeah,
thought.
it's kind of like
Yeah, and I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what? I like the whole wish thing better. It's,
Yeah,
it's
I like the
fun.
wish
It's
thing.
whimsical.
I like the wish
or
thing.
like salute, like good health.
Salute. Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go.
I'm. Can I rate? Can I
Please
rate the word?
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, cool. Juror is. It's vile because of how hard to say it is.
It's hard to,
yeah.
and I feel like it's hard to know the right way.
Yeah, rural.
Because I'm not sure I know.
is, which I said it right that time.
And I'm still not
that's-
sure how aggressively we're supposed to be saying that word either.
Yeah, so that one is way harder for me to say. But juror, I can say it.
The
but
rural
it's-
juror.
Yeah, I can't say that. I'm not even trying.
What did you give it then?
Vile.
Vile.
No, I think it is.
For
It's bad.
difficulty?
Yeah, it's
Vile
so-
for difficulty.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The
Because the
difficulty
wicked
is
make
vile.
things difficult.
You know, that's fair. They do make
I
things
agree.
difficult.
I feel like that's a Bible verse.
In second assumptions.
Yeah.
Second guesses.
I like that one. What would you rate juror?
I think I would. So I think what the thing is
Yeah.
isn't so nasty, but
Sure.
there is a lot
Yeah.
in terms of hard to say.
Yep.
And not a pleasant sound.
Yeah.
I think vile gets it there.
Yeah.
I think it really.
Yep.
That's
true.
I feel like that's a really high rating, you guys.
And this is just purely like the word, the phonetics itself.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
awful.
No, 100%.
yeah, I feel like that's a whole lot of really difficult consonants kind of back to back to back on that one. Personally, I probably would give it like a pretty gross.
Sure.
I feel like rural is way worse.
They're pretty worse, but they're pretty similar for
They
me.
are similar, which is kind of why I feel like it's not entirely fair. I got a little bit of a double whammy there on that one, but it's because I can't say juror without saying the rural juror. 30 Rock has ruined me forever. So
that's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not quite the
I get
super
that.
vile because of me, but
I get that. I think maybe I just have like
I would
sad
hate to be a judge.
memories of trying to say R as a kid and just not being able to. So.
I feel like I'd hate to be a judge and being like juror number 12,
Yeah,
Sure.
just constantly.
juror number 8.
The jury selection process. You're like,
Oh,
all right, juror number.
Yeah, you're saying
1 through
that.
15.
I just want to hear him be like, "You said it wrong. You said it wrong. You said juror. I heard you."
There's
I
that
heard
one
juror.
guy that's just like, I'm sorry, what? I can't understand what you're saying.
Did you
You're not
say
saying the
juror?
word.
Or juror.
Who's juror?
Yeah.
My name's not
I'm
juror.
sorry, my name's not juror, so I didn't know you were talking to me.
I'm not juror number 12. It's not my name.
It's like juror or
When you said juror number 12, for some reason, Mambo number 5 popped into my brain.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, so much fun. Okay. I think we've made it. An hour and 15 minutes into the episode.
holy butt cheeks.
To the
Pronounce
pronounce-a-round.
Pronounce around.
This is the episode. This is the part of the episode that we get to say our words as grossly as we possibly can.
You guys,
So-
I forgot about this part, so I thought we were done. That's great.
No, we got one. We got just a little bit left. We got just
Get
a
it
little bit
together,
left.
Kevin.
Okay, my word. Squelch.
You said a different word.
Squelch.
I heard squelch.
I was- it was
like a
kinda-
I was gonna
language.
say.
It was kind of. It was
Do
kind
you
of close,
speak
but yeah.
squelch?
Squelch. Yeah, I didn't go hard on the
Got it.
sound.
You take a hike in Wales to make a Welsh squelch.
It was a soft sound. So
It was like a
yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Squelch.
There it is, folks. He's back. He's back.
I'm back. The bear's back.
Who's that? I think it's a Rihanna song when she goes like, "Boy, chuck." That's what that reminded me of. Like, squelch,
Yeah.
chuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That Rihanna song that we all know.
Yep.
I don't.
100%.
I hate it. It's like around, 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 around. It's something like that. I don't want no clowns around me.
Ah.
Okay.
I don't listen to Rihanna. Sorry.
I know that one song.
Yeah, that's
Just
great.
that one.
The only one that I know, I think, is Umbrella.
I do know that song. I just forget
Yeah,
it's
That's
a song.
that's the only one that I think. I don't
I
think
have,
I'd be
a, I
able
have
to
a really
give.
funny story about that, but first I'm going to say the word
Great.
squelch.
You kind of hit when I hear squelch. There's a part of me that kind of feels like a scream that kind of gets cut off. You had notes, hints of that.
Squelched.
Don't squelch yourself. Ah, gee, I just squelched myself.
Oh
This
man.
is quickly becoming another dark episode. So why don't you say your word, Jake?
Say the word. Say.
Okay.
Say the word.
I had another thought, but I'll breeze over that.
Thank you.
My word, fertile.
Again, you guys are saying different words than your word. Yours started with a V.
No, we talked about this.
Fertile.
Fertile is plausible.
You said vertile with a V.
You can't prove that.
I have audio.
Oh man.
I'm speaking my truth.
I'll do my best to find a different like F sound and
Wow.
and
Stitch it together.
Wow. This is collusion.
It is a little bit. Yeah. Your turn.
Fertile.
Yeah, that's fair.
Get ready for the
No,
Cameron Wild.
why-
Wind
Like
up.
that you
that
needed to
Cameron.
stretch for the Cameron.
That's unpleasant.
So actually, I have a family friend that I've pretty much known my whole life calls me Cramrin.
I hate it.
And I think it's because I had a hard time saying
Cramrin.
ours.
He's
and
making
so
wow. This
she,
is like a
she.
sorry.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
is a very
Yeah.
emotional episode for
I
you.
guess I don't
Wow.
know. Ours are hard. I'm just gonna say it.
Do
Ours
the
are hard.
wind up.
Yeah. Fertile.
The wind up is back.
The wind up
From
is
whence does it come?
back. The wind up.
From
Where
why
do you-
does it come?
From why? And why from where?
And whence will it go?
I'm lost. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Your turn.
Jura.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. Juror.
That felt like a
You
very
need a cat.
I need a cat.
He needs to
felt
be
like a
named
very
Jura.
excitable attorney. Jara!
He like
Where'd
does
you
glitter.
go?
Glitter. Or the guy who does the salt thing.
That's
Oh,
what I was
gosh.
doing, but with glitter.
Oh, with glitter. No, why would I ever use glitter?
Because you're my friend, and I gave you some pocket glitter.
I gave you some.
Because you're a true friend.
And apparently I don't like JoJo. I'm sorry.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm sorry.
Breaking news.
Just say it. Say it, Jake.
I have a
say
very
it.
particular way I want to do this. Gotta compose
I like
myself.
that.
Sure.
You said sure,
Sure.
sure. Hey, do you wanna? You
The
wanna
second
go
I was
hang
really
out?
quiet.
Sure.
Sure.
There it was. There it was.
Like you're crying. Like
There it was. Oh man.
hey, what's your name?
Sure. Sherry.
Wait, it's like that girl from Pitch Perfect where
Sherry?
no,
I said Sherry.
no one.
I said Sherry because that's what I sounded like. I was
Sherry.
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 No, it's like that girl from Pitch Perfect where no one can hear her 'cause she just.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was just-
I don't know who
Sure.
it is, but yeah, no, I know. I don't know her name, but I know what you're talking about. I think we're done. I think.
Are you okay? or is it something I said?
I think it's something we've all said
Mm.
collectively here today in our inaugural
Nope.
episode
Nope. Take it back.
of season
Say
2.
it.
Inaugural.
Say it worse if you
juror.
can.
Yeah, season 2, episode 1
Wow.
in the books. I love it.
Squelching
Squelch.
fertile jurors.
Yep.
Yuck.
Yep. Yep.
That's a straight up yuck.
That.
That's a big yuck.
Oh man. All right. Well, you guys are awesome.
Us or the audience?
All of us.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Cool.
everything. I'll include myself in it too. So
I'm great. Say that every morning.
you got to sometimes. I mean,
Sometimes you gotta be
sometimes
on
you gotta.
hand, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes.
Morning
Jury's
apps.
out. You're awesome.
And let's cue the outro.
Every word is gross if you think about it. Every word just sucks if you really let it. Every word is gross if you think about it. Every word is gross if you.